Hi, everybody. Good morning. It's me, Jessica, and Fred's back, y'all. And we're here today to guide you through today's low intensity interval circuit. All right. Low intensity, low impact. I never know what to say because I feel like while we're not jumping, let's march. There's still going to be a lot of intensity. You bring your own challenge, and the impact of the workout is going to be amazing because you're doing something for yourself right now. So, it's still intense and it's still going to make a difference, which is what impact is all about. All right, you can keep your heart rate a little bit lower if you want by just marching in place right here. Otherwise, let's move forward and backwards. We're focusing on the upper body today. And I recommend that while you march around, you make sure that you have a variety of weights because I know that the tricep pulses that we're going to do on the floor are a little bit challenging. And you're probably not going to be able to use the same heavy weights that you can for the chest press, for the upright row, for the front to side raise. We got about 20 more seconds of just marching back and forth. I want you to really keep your chest lifted, start to pull your core in, belly button back towards your spine, and swing your arms around, kind of like in a silly way, not like super silly, controlled. But I really want you to make sure that those arms are moving so that your chest is starting to warm up and your back is starting to warm up. All right, find your spot in the back of the room. Plant your feet down, take a big inhale, stretch your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, relax your arms back down. Let's do two more just like that. Bend your knees, inhale, reach up. Exhale, relax arms down. One more, bend your knees, inhale, reach up. This time arms stay up, draw your right elbow down like you're pulling a bow and arrow. You can even reach your left hand higher. Then right arm up high, left arm pulls down like you're drawing a bow and arrow. Each time this elbow is pulling down, you're squeezing your shoulder blade in and then stretching back up towards the sky. Let's get two more on each side. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. So I'm pulling my elbow down to the hip like I'm shooting that bow and arrow up to the sky. Maybe I'm lucky. It's like Cupid's arrow. Blessed be. I can only wish. All right, go ahead. Cross your arms, one then the other, taking a nice lateral side to side step tap. Couple more breaths here. So you're switching which arm is crossing. I'm even making my step tap a little bit bigger and going for a cross tap. A little extra stretch into those glutes. We got 10 more seconds. We're going to turn it into a hamstring curl with a row in 3, 2, 1. So elbows pull back and your heel is coming up towards your glutes. We're focusing on the upper body today. So really think about this squeeze you can get of your shoulder blades. And each time that your arms draw back and your shoulder blades squeeze together, try not to let your rib cage just wow. So you're drawing in from the center line right here. 10 more seconds. Use your breath for 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Shake it out. Grab your water. Grab whatever you need. All things up here. And our first move today is standing. So we've got a total of 7 exercises that we are going to get through. And our first move is a standing upright row. Keeping in mind that last week's focus was hamstrings, we're going to bring a little hamstrings into our standing upright row as well. We're going to start off light. All right. So shoulders rolled down and back, weight in your heels, chest nice and lifted. We're going to draw one arm up at a time. So leading with your elbow, like you're just painting right up your chest, and then you're going to get both arms up. So elbows are leading, chest is high, shoulder blades are squeezed in, and I'm keeping my rib cage knit in. We're going to hinge from our hips. Ooh, find the stretch in your hamstrings. You can do your Romanian deadlift with a straighter leg if you want. You can do your Romanian deadlift with a bent leg. Whatever feels best for you today. We're going to do that for 45 seconds, alternating each of those moves in 3, 2, one. So starting with that single arm upright row. I know I have a lot of range of motion in my shoulders, and I promise you, I really had to work at it. I have completely torn the labrum off my shoulder. There was a while I couldn't even put my hair up, which is also why I started wearing my hair completely on the top of my head. I decided I loved it. But that's all just to say that if you're having some trouble right here, right now, with your elbow leading, getting up nice and high, just keep practicing. Come to yoga also. That's definitely going to help. Ugh, my hamstrings. We're almost there. I'm going to take that bend in my knees today. Great. Our next move is going to be a bird dog fly. So come on down to the floor. You might be able to use the same weight. You might need a slightly lighter weight. Oh no, we're running out of time. All right, so we're going to do our bird dog to the side. Just one arm coming up to the side. Let's do it. So starting with just that arm coming up towards the side. With control, I want you to lift and squeeze. And now I want you to evaluate. Can you also lift your leg up? So I'm keeping my leg in a 90-degree angle. Also, the floor feels really far away today. I'm going to keep my opposite hand on a weight as well for a little bit of lift to control so I can enjoy a nice flat back. And if the weight's already getting heavy, I want you to just lift your arm and squeeze. But imagine like you're pressing something up against the outside of the arm, so you're not just flinging your arm up without really engaging into your upper back. Great, we made it. We're staying down here on the floor. Next up is a child's pose push-up. So from right here in tabletop, flat back, like you're a bird drinking water, you're gonna do your push-up, and then you can send your glutes back towards your heels for some child's pose. Go for it. If you want a bigger push-up, that's okay. You can always do your, I don't have space, check mark push-up. I want you to just really think about not going through the motions here. So squeeze your shoulder blades in towards each other, keeping your core tight. You should feel something when you're going down in that push-up, and this child's pose should be a nice stretch already into your back, into your shoulders. If you need to take an extra breath in that child's pose, this is your time. So absolutely do that. 3 more seconds, then we're going to lay down on our bellies with a lighter weight. Great. Let me get that second light weight. Lay down on your belly. Arms are going to extend long behind you, palms facing up towards the ceiling. You can be kissing down on your mat towel. I recommend pressing the tops of the feet into the floor, squeezing your glutes, pressing your pelvis down, and we're lifting our elbows. We're lifting our hands, palms up. We're just pulsing here. So use your exhale to squeeze and lift those arms up as high as feels comfortable for you today. They don't have to go super high. We're just trying to kind of get them to come above your glutes. You can keep just pressing up, how those triceps feeling, or you can also see how it feels to squeeze in and out. Maybe a little up, in, out, down. Oh, I need to take a break for a second. This is intense. We got 10 seconds left. Remember, the heavier your weight, the more challenging this move will be, but you'll still feel something even with no weights in your hands. We made it. We're going to press ourselves up for the other side, bird dog fly. So starting off just the same, we're going to get just that arm extending out towards the side and lifting. Pull your belly in, shoulders down and back. Let's do it. So we're raising up to the side. Exhale to squeeze. We're individually squeezing in one shoulder blade at a time. And if your balance is feeling good, if you want to add in that leg lift, a little bit of glute work, I'm just keeping my leg at a 90-degree angle. Maybe even hold for a little at the top, extra challenge, 10 seconds left. Then we're going to bring some weights with us and flip over onto our backs. We made it. All right. Next up, we've got a little glute bridge with the chest press and fly, so that if you did not engage your glutes at all in the last move, you have a chance now. Lay down on your back, press the soles of the feet into the floor. Let's start together. Press your hips up. Stretch your arms up towards the ceiling. See if you can do a fly here. So you can have a bend in your elbows, especially if your weight's really heavy. Open those arms up nice and wide. Back up to the sky. Everything comes down. Raise it all up. Open, in, and down. If that chest fly is not working for you today, maybe you're just going for this chest press and lowering. Similar motion to what was happening in the push-up, just from a different range of motion. Couple breaths left. We got one more move in round one, and then we're gonna do it all again. And the great news is we're gonna stand up for this last exercise so that we're ready. So go ahead and make your way to your feet. Make your way to your feet. We got a front raise to a side raise. So shoulders roll down and back. You're gonna raise up to the front. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring it back in and down. Let's do it together. Shoulders down and back, belly in, raise up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Back in and down. If you need to, you can do one arm at a time. It's a great option to keep moving through the whole circuit, especially if you found, oh my gosh, doing two arms at the same time felt really hard. But can you throw in two arms at the same time every here and there? Remember, you're trying not to let your rib cage flare too much as those arms come out to the side. So there is a lot of bracing on the front side. There is a lot of squeezing also on the back side. Oh my gosh, we did it, y'all. All right, take a quick break, shake it out. Grab your quick sip of water, walk around for a moment. I want you to swing your arms around. I want you to say hi to your pet. I'm going to say hi to mine. I missed you so much. Fred is definitely like, what is happening? How dare you act like you're my best friend when you got rid of me for a month? I think she came back and looks kind of skinny. But it's okay. I'm going to fatten her up real good. I'm going to strengthen her up real good. All right, we're going to begin again with those upright rows. So grab the weight that's right for you. You already did the first set. Can you challenge yourself a little bit more in the second set? I'm going to try and challenge myself a little bit more, knowing that I can always go back to these lighter weights in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Shoulders rolled down and back. We got that single row high, other one, both at the same time. And then you can bend your knees, bring down your thighs. Great. And then roll that chest back up. This one is great for posture. I know that this style of row can be particularly challenging, especially as you start to lose the range of motion, as you get older. I'm older too, though. Just saying. Great work. I hope you were so consistent in your movement. Come on down to the floor. We got that bird dog fly yet again, one side at a time. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, pull your belly in, and begin. Ugh. Oh my gosh. So I notice with my weight right now, I'm really hinging to one side. That means my weight's a little too heavy. I'm going to drop down to a lighter weight where I can still keep my chest squared to the floor. And yes, I know your upper back might be tired. You already did this move once, and our front raise to the side raise also was big time working into this upper back. If you didn't already and you're feeling stable and like you want to add in that opposite leg, I hope that you did. Next up, we have the child's pose push-up. No weights. Make sure you have some space. Feel free to enjoy some cat cows between moves. Ready? Here we go. Finding that good push up, really engaged, and then enjoying the stretch. Remember, you're moving at your own pace. So maybe you want to do 2 push-ups today. Maybe today's the day where you're really focusing on the strength. And maybe today's the day where you are so thankful for this little bit of stretch. You can guess which one I am today. Definitely thankful for that extra stretch. It is a holiday week / weekend for so many people. I hope you make some time for yourself. Be good to yourself so you can be just as good to others. But it all starts with that self love. Great. We got tricep pulses. So lay yourself down. Grab your slightly lighter weight. Extend your arms, palms face up towards the sky. Shoulders roll down and back. So upper back is still engaged. I bet it's starting to feel tired. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. And use your breath. Each time you exhale, lift those arms up. So it's a little tricep pulse. Even if you can only get 3 and you need to take a break, or maybe you're taking 5 and you need to take a break, that is okay. Challenge yourself. Sometimes taking a moment to rest and catch your breath means you're going to be so much more engaged. You're going to finish stronger, see more of a difference than if you are barely able to get your hands to raise above those glutes. Take an extra second. Get as full a range of motion as you can. Whew, whew. Oh my gosh. All right. Press yourself back up. Other side of your bird dog fly. Down to our last 3 moves, everyone. Great job. Ready? Shoulders down, belly in, begin. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, I know a lot of times there can be some feelings about using these lighter weights. I've had friends come over and be like, "What do you do with those 1 pound weights? You must never use those." And I'm like, "Yeah, I really freaking do." Also, like, how dare you judge me for what I'm working with? We are all here doing our best. I'm so proud of you for making this you time. I have completely forgotten to get that glute work on this side. That's okay, because we're going to get it right now. Roll over for our glute bridge, chest press, fly. Plant your feet on the floor, plant your upper back down. You ready? Let's do it. Squeeze your glute, press your arms up, squeeze your glutes up. Maybe you're just going for this up and down, or maybe you're adding in this fly. Remember, if your weights are feeling heavy, you can take a slight bend in your elbows. You can also enjoy a nice straight arm. If your weights are feeling a little bit lighter for a little bit more challenge, as opposed to light weights with bent arms, where you're just not going to feel necessarily as much chest work. We got 1 move to go after this. I hope you've enjoyed this upper body focus, my streaming workouts. Ooh, this week. Let's make our way back to our feet. We got that front raise. I just felt a sweat drop. All right, let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1, go for it. So up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Don't let that rib cage flare. Bring it back in and down. Remember, if / when you get tired, you can always do 1 arm at a time. Don't try not to just stop. What can you do today? Right, Fred? That's right. I love you, girl. So motivating. I don't know if you guys could hear Fred's little boos of encouragement. Oh, upper back. We did it, y'all. Go ahead, put those weights down. I'm going to keep you for about 1 extra minute. You knew it was coming. All right, shake yourself out. I want you to really shake your shoulders out. Great. Plant your feet. Inhale your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, hips forward. We're cactusing our arms for a nice standing back bend, like a string is pulling your sternum up towards the ceiling. Inhale your arms back up overhead. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Let's do that 2 more times. So inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, hips forward, lift your chest. Look up, look back, squeeze shoulder blades together. Wow. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, arms down. 1 more time. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. This time, inhale, arms up. Pull your belly in. We're going to rain or swan dive down to the floor in a forward fold. Take a nice big half lift. Find length in your spine. Stretch your glutes to the back wall, crown of the head to the wall in front of you, and then exhale back down to your forward fold. If you can't touch the floor, that's fine. Grab your elbows. Maybe wrap your arms around your legs. And you shift a little weight into your toes. And you roll your shoulders away from your ears. Feel free to move your hips a little left and right, left and right. And then release your hands down to the floor, maybe even in front of you a bit more. Heel toe or step your feet out wider. Keep your left hand down on the floor. You can have a bend in your knees if you, like me, have tight hamstrings. And inhale your right arm up towards the sky. I want you to practice trying to press your right shoulder blade against the imaginary wall behind you, but really reach up, try and touch the ceiling. And then switch. Right hand down to the floor. Inhale, left arm all the way up towards the sky. All 5 fingers touching each other. Try and touch the ceiling. Try and touch the imaginary wall behind you. Big twist. And then exhale, both hands down to the floor. Take a generous bend in your knees. Transfer your hands or your forearms to your thigh. Drop your right shoulder forward. Drop your left shoulder forward. Give yourself a couple standing cat-cows right here. So big rounding in the back. Ooh, arching of the back. Let's get at least 1 more around the back. Oh my gosh, feels so good. Arch the back and then slowly roll yourself all the way up. At the top, step your feet together. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, relax your hands down. Interlace them behind your back. Stretch your knuckles down towards the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Pull your ribcage. Last stretch for this session. Interlace your fingers. Oh, wow. Press your hands, palms forward. Tuck your chin down. Inhale up 1 more time. Rock star that you are. Relax your hands down any way you want. We made it. Yay. I hope that you had a great time today in this LIIT class. I know I did. Feels so good to just get up in the morning and start moving. Hope you were able to join me live, but whatever time you caught this, I'm so proud of you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.